What if I told you you could ride coast to coast across Canada with as little pavement as possible? Alrighty, adventurers, I'm Craig from I Think We Missed a Turn, and in 2026, I'm riding across Canada on the TCAT, the TransCanadian Adventure Trail, and I'm going to take you along for the ride, so subscribe and follow along. It really is amazing. Like, we have something like the TCAT here in Canada. It is actually the longest continuous off-road trail in the world. The TCAT going coast to coast is about 15 to 17,000 kilometers on the official route, depending on some of the little add-ons that you do. I'm going to add a whole bunch on and make the trip a bunch longer. But one of the amazing things about the TCAT is that it is almost entirely off pavement. And when I say off pavement, yes, there's going to be a lot of gravel. There's also a lot of Jeep track and 2-track and single track in there as well. So it's going to be a very interesting way to travel the country. So you may be wondering how the TCAT stacks up against some other epic long distance adventure trails. Things like the TET, the Trans-European Trail, which is not actually a trail. It's actually a network of almost 50,000 kilometers. And it wanders all over Europe and in and out of a whole bunch of countries. And then we have things like the TAT, the Trans-American Trail. Of course, the continental US is a little bit narrower going across compared to Canada. So it's about 7,000 or 8,000 kilometers. Again, mostly off pavement. As much as possible. So it's a fantastic adventure all on its own, but it is almost half the actual length of the TCAT here in Canada. So remember, the TCAT stands for the Trans-Canadian Adventure Trail. This is not the Trans-Canada Highway. Coast to coast across Canada on the number one, it's only about 8,000 kilometers. So the country itself can be navigated across it quite quickly, but the route that I'm taking wanders all over the place off-road and sees all the good stuff. The TCAT, of course, is very different than the TCT, or what's known as now as the Great Trail, TransCanada Trail, which is almost 27,000 kilometers and wanders all over the place. Lots of side diversions and great stuff to see, but is primarily non-motorized. So stacked up against the TCT or Great Trail, the TCAT is one of the best motorized ways to see all the backcountry we have here in Canada. So no matter what you compare to the TET, the TAT, the TCT, all the fun acronyms that are out there, the TCAT, the Trans-Canadian Adventure Trail, is still one of the most epic ways to see the backcountry of this great country of ours. And I am recording this today from Vancouver Island, just outside of Nanaimo. This is quite close to where the actual start of the TCAT will begin for me next spring in Easter of 2026. So I'm out here sort of having a good look around and get an early taste for things. The route is more often done east to west. I'm doing it west to east, mostly just because I live out here. So starting on the north top of Vancouver Island and heading east through BC, we will get to see lots of ocean and rock and logging roads and trees, and then more ferries, and work our way into the interior of BC, which has basically our own little desert through the Okanagan Valley and the top end through the Caribou. It's very much our little part of Montana. It's very unique terrain and a lot of fun and quite different than everything else. And then we keep going further east into the Rockies, which is another incredible environment. BC alone, the differences in terrain across it is unbelievable. And then continuing east into Alberta, we're leaving the foothills of the Rockies into the plains with big skies and lots of gravel roads. And then we go past Drumheller, which is just unbelievably unique in its terrain. And then once in Saskatchewan, I'll be taking a very northern route and staying away from the typical classical stereotypical plains that we have through the middle of the country into forest again. Then we get into Manitoba with lots more forests and rivers and lakes. So things will feel a little bit more like home. And that'll get me to Ontario, which is very large. It's quite a bit wider than you would expect a province to be. It goes on for quite a while through Canadian Shield and more forest and rivers and lots of gravel riding. So Ontario should be a good time as well. And it actually brings me very close to where I grew up in Oshawa, Ontario. So I'll be doing a slight diversion to see the family home on my way. Then north into Quebec. This is going to bring me into a very rugged and spacious section of the trail. It's going to be quite rocky, a little bit more ATV style, and definitely remote So I'll have to be very much on my game as far as food and fuel and planning and all the communication and safety bits go, because I'm probably gonna be out there a lot by myself. And then the home stretch to the eastern coast. Again, a whole bunch of very remote expanse to travel across. And my the official route in St. John's, where the official TCAT finishes. Don't worry, that's not where I'm finishing my route. But I will be looping south and hitting all the rest of the provinces. So the plan is to leave from Vancouver Island on Easter weekend, travel my way eastward and see where I get, but I'm expecting the entire trip, including the add-on finish back to Southern Ontario, is probably going to take the entire season, likely 7-ish months, and finish sometime in October. So here's the plan. I'm only going to ride probably around 300 kilometers a day. It's intentionally short because when you're riding off-road and gravel, that's actually a pretty solid day in the saddle. I also am not rushing this trip. I want to stop and see everything. So I'll be riding during the day, shooting video and B-roll and all the fun bits and pieces. And then each night I'm going to do a little edit, do a daily vlog style video where I kind of recap the day and then upload it via Starlink Mini at night. So when you get up in the morning, there'll be a fresh video there so you can take a look and see where Craig is. And here's the other challenge. I am going to be doing this on $50 a day. We are going to try very hard to stick to this budget, and I may have to get very creative. But yes, that includes food and fuel. The Covey 450 Rally, which I'll be taking on the trip, holds about 32 liters of fuel. So that's about 2 days worth of riding, and that'll cost, about $50. So that'll be $25 out of my budget per day, and the rest will be food and other incidentals. When you don't pay for camping and don't eat out, it's amazing how affordably you can travel. And yes, I've already had a lot of people say, there's no way, my bike alone would burn more fuel than that, or I eat way more food than that. I'm used to traveling this way, and I've always been budget conscious. It's mostly because of necessity. I am not retired. I am not wealthy. I am doing this on a $50 a day budget because that's all I can do. And if I don't do it this way, I don't get to do it at all. So we're going to give it a try and see what happens. Follow along and see if I can make it. Another one of the reasons why I'm doing this live with daily updates is so that everybody does actually know where I am. This isn't me shooting video and going home and editing over the next winter. I'm doing it daily so people know where I am and can plan accordingly. I want locals to come out and ride with me, show me the good campsites, show me those amazing waterfalls or coastlines or all the things that I would never find on my own. So this isn't me riding by myself. This is me riding with everybody who wants to ride with me. So for me, this isn't just doing the TCAT to say that I've done the TCAT, not crossing the country on my motorcycle just to say that I've done it. I'm taking my time. I'm doing it right. I want to see everything. I want to meet all the people. I want to see the pierogi on a fork. I want to see all the things that makes Canada, Canada. And that's why I'm not doing this in a hurry. I'm probably only going to get to do this once. I want to do it right. So this is where I throw it out to you, the amazing community that we have here in Canada. So comment down below and send me some messages. Let me know where you are and all the amazing stuff that I have to see as I come through your neck of the woods. Or maybe you've already done this trip and there's some hidden gems that I should definitely not miss. So I will be making a giant, massive list and spreadsheet, I think, of all the people and places and things I need to see along the way. So comment down below and let me know what I should see. So there'll be lots more videos coming talking about all the other plans, more details on the map, what I'll be using for navigation, my camping kit itself, my tools for the bike, and what I've done to it to make it backcountry proof. There's so much to go through. So the 6 months between now and when I leave are going to go very quick, and I'm going to take you along for the ride. So subscribe and follow along.